If you had tried the law of assumption and had followed everything, every single thing, every single challenge, had asked advice, and all of the answers were, well, you just have a limited belief, you still believe in the old story, or like anything that makes you feel like you are the problem, well, the good news is that you actually aren't the problem. It just means that it might not be the method for you. As simple as that. It actually has nothing to do with the clear guilt trip that all of those master can say to others. Literally, it doesn't. It just means that the method is not something that might work for you. We are literally all different individual beings. What might works for me doesn't mean that it works for you. What might works for you doesn't mean that it works for me. That's how it works. It's just like someone going through a weight loss journey. For one person, doing mainly cardio and cutting carbs, it's going to work fast for them. But for another one, it might be to only do yoga and actually eating carbs that's going to help them achieve the desired appearance. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's literally a whole lot of different manifestation methods out there, and you can even create your own. So why hyperfixating onto something? Why try to like guilt trip or gaslight someone into believing that there's something wrong with them? You know, that is the thing that I never really understood with this community, because they are quite toxic. Like, definitely. Before I even gave it a try, I knew that this was going to be something not meant for me. I knew it from the get-go, but I got curious, so I made my research. I tried to talk with people in this community to get more insight of it. And well, even by just asking simple questions, I got banned from multiple community because I actually had questions. Like, I didn't just follow the, you know, I wasn't a sheep to follow their words. I just had questions like, oh my God, she's having questions. She's starting to like question the 3D. She's putting me into the 3D. Like, oh my God. Yeah, you know, they're just like freaking triggered. That's all. But yeah. And so I gave it a try because, you know, I can know until I try. But indeed, it didn't work for me because it is not what works for me. I spent 5 months trying it. What happened is that I started to have some fears and insecurities that I didn't had before. Like, literally, I started to become obsessive, which I wasn't before. Like, yeah, definitely everyone has like their moment of obsession when manifesting, you know, but you just know that you have to like go back to detaching. But yeah, this time was like some hardcore level that it literally affected me and my everyday life, because the everyday life was supposed to become basically living in this 3D, constantly affirming and such things. So my mind was like literally affirming by itself, to the point that when I was doing a reading, I had to pause, to put it on hold multiple times, because I just couldn't focus on it. Like, my mind was just like saturated with so much shit. Well, when I stopped, I went back to my own way. All of the result came because now I was no longer under stress. Like, my way, it's simply I script, I go on with my life, and I have enough space in my brain to focus on whatever I want to focus throughout the day. And I also have space to focus on something else than NSP, because I already feel naturally that, yeah, it's actually going to happen. And I actually know the when. And generally, like, you know, like, I actually have experience, like past experience, to like remind myself of when I am in doubt. I can think like, yeah, but what if? But then I'm like, but girl, remember last time you knew that it was going to happen on Tuesday and it happened on Tuesday. So like, the fuck you on? Just like go do something else, you know? Like, this is the approach that works best for me. Something that doesn't stress me, something that doesn't saturate my mind to the point that I cannot think of anything else. I like the free approach of just detachment, letting it be, but being sure that I do have what I want in the end, you know? So that is the thing. Try different ways, try different methods until you find yours. And if ever you tried everything, but I don't know, like let's say it didn't work for you, then take every good things that you had lack in each method and put it into one and make it your own. Because you have to be curious of yourself, what you're more receptive to. Are you more of a visualized person, of an affirming one, of a scripting one, of a spoken one? There's like so many ways. So try them differently. Try what might work for you, but don't let nobody like try to gaslight you into believing that you are the problem, or that, oh my god, you still think that. No, honey, it's not this. Like, it's okay if how you're teaching it, or if, like, like, for example, challenge, like, I know, like, people have huge ego and they hate to actually say that they aren't right for everyone on earth, because like, there's this thing about people. They believe that since we are all human, that we must all think the same, we must all have the same life and all things like that, but they forget that we are completely different individual beings, and that is more than okay. So no, it has nothing to do with yourself. You are not the problem. The problem is just that this is not working for you, so find something else. And don't let any of those, especially the toxic one in those communities, try to gaslight you into believing that something is wrong with you, because there's nothing wrong with you. And if they think that there is something wrong with you, then clearly it shows that the one with a narrow mind, a closed mind, and who's judgmental, it's them, not you. You just came to them with genuine question because you wanted answer. So why are you choosing a mean approach? That doesn't make them any better than you. Actually, it's quite the opposite. So yeah,